It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from Dog's Window Brewery in Bridgend in South Wales. And now if you're watching this, say from Northern England or the East or the West, and you're not kind of sure of the geography of Wales, Bridgend is on the south coast heading towards Swansea. Newport is near the Severn Bridge, but on the south coast, running along the River Severn. Tiny Rebel Brewing Company have a rather large brewery that is doing pretty well, and they have a famous beer called Stay Puft. And I think it's a marshmallow stout, something like that, marshmallow porter maybe, that sort of thing. It does very well. It's a big seller, one of the biggest beers. In Bridgend in South Wales, Dog's Window are a one-man band kind of garage brewery type thing. And I think this is rather funny, actually. I think it's rather, probably a bit of a tongue-in-cheek, little bit of fun pokery at Tiny Rebel, because Tiny Rebel's brewery is vast. It's massive. You get to go in there, you can order food, burgers and pizzas, and the brewery's on show behind you while you're eating your burger or your pizza. You can order 20 different beers off the taps, and it's fantastic. You can play pool in there, you can play air hockey. It's a very cool place. It's what I would call an American brewery in South Wales, if you like. Big, vast American style open plan brewery. And then you got the garage brewery down in Bridgend, Dog's Window. All due respect, they produce fantastic beers, but this is their little kind of instead of Stay Puffed, they've called this Stay Stuffed. Stay Puffed is a teddy on the front of the can as well. So Stay Stuffed is a teddy on the front of the can too. 6% ABV. Bit of fun. Hopefully, if Tiny Rebel ever see this, hopefully they see this as a bit of fun. Hopefully they don't get their lawyers involved, you know. Lee is a great guy. He's a great guy, and he comes up with some great stuff. I can imagine this has gone a bit, maybe a touch viral on Facebook, this sort of beer. And that helps Lee. That helps Lee at Dog's Window a lot, if people are talking about his beer. Look at that though. Look at that. Look at the quality of this beer. All jokes aside, Dog's Window Brewery, they produce some fantastic beer in their own right. 2-finger, tan-coloured head, jet black beer in the glass. Also check out nearestbeershop.com. They also own a little bottle shop in Bridgend, South Wales. Check that out too. Stone the Crows, all lowercase, will get you 5% off your order, and free delivery over £60. That looks great, absolutely great. Let's get the aroma. Roasty and toasty. Roasty, toasty, a little bit of kind of dark berry, plum, fig, prune, dark fruit flavours coming through. A little bit of stinging nettle from the hops in the beer. Maybe they've used maybe a German hop to produce this stout. But it's all coffee, chocolate, caramel, a little bit of marshmallow maybe in there. A little bit of sweetness. It smells great. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Wow. Wow. It's doing some great things, Lee, at Dog's Window. This is brewed in an oversized, a slightly, like a 1980s style garage. You know them like purpose-built garages? It's brewed in there. In his house, in his garden. Look at the quality. It just shows you. It shows you. You don't need a multi-million-pound brewery to produce beer. It helps. It helps. It helps you sell beer, and it helps you, you know, people talk about it and they visit it and check this place out and go and have a burger, go and have some pizza. But Stay Puft is not a patch on this. What happens when you move into your multi-million-pound brewery is, for whatever reason, and I've seen it time and time again, is that the quality of the beer goes down. Everybody gets excited because these breweries have moved into a larger premises, but the moment they do that, the quality of the beer goes down. I hope, maybe Lee doesn't hope, but I hope Dog's Window Brewery continue forever to brew beer in their garage, because they're probably brewing some of the best beer in South Wales from that little garage, and long may it continue. This is terrific. And before you all say it, oh, Simon, you don't like these sweetie beers, these adjuncty marshmallow beers, I just want to point something out. This is porter. Stout. This is stout first and foremost. Have I been calling it porter all along? This is a stout first and foremost. It's a stout before it's a marshmallow stout. It's chocolatey, it's rich, it's bitter. There's bitterness coming from the maybe some cacao that they've added to the beer. There's bitterness coming from the hops. There's bitterness coming from that roasted malt. It's a proper stout, this. It's got a creamy, rich mouthfeel. It's nicely carbonated. It's doing all the right things. It's ticking all my boxes in terms of what a great stout should be. 6% ABV. Mouthfeel's fantastic. And then you have that little tickle of marshmallow, that little tickle of sweetness. It's not overly done. It's just a touch. And I like that. I like that this beer is not dominated by sweet, sticky marshmallow. I like the fact that the marshmallow is very much in the background of the beer. And it stays in the background. It's just a touch of sweety goodness there. The majority of this beer is bitter, stout, harsh, proper, what I call proper stout. This is great. And I tell you, I'm going to say, I've been drinking lately a lot of stouts from larger enterprises trying to take the market away from Guinness. Lots of Brewdog have tried it. Marston's have tried it with Hobgoblin Stout. All can't compete with Guinness because they're all trying to be Guinness. What these companies should be doing is what Lee's doing at Dog's Window. And that is produce a proper stout, thick and rich and bold and bitter with a creamy rich mouthfeel at 6% ABV. Offer up a point of difference from Guinness, and then you might take some sales away from Guinness. If you just produce a Guinness clone, then people are just going to buy Guinness. If you produce something brilliant and different like this has more of a chance of beating Guinness than Brewdog's Black Heart. Or Anne's Batch and Hobbs is a very good beer. That's in my head. Camden Stout. This is much better than Camden Stout. This is much better than Hobgoblin Stout. This is much better than all of the clones that are trying to beat Guinness. If you want to beat Guinness, be different. Be different. And this is different. This is blooming brilliant. Probably my favourite beer from Lee so far, this. Look at the quality of... Look at as I rock the beer back and forth. Look at the carbonation chasing the head of the glass. It started off as a fun review, having a little bit of a poke and a dig at Tiny Rebel. But this is serious stout. Serious stout. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. My favourite beer so far from Dog's Window Brewery. Check it out. It's fantastic. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.